Today I'll be showing you how to make one of nature's most wonderful treasures, porcini mushrooms. So before I show you how to cook these incredible products of nature, I'm going to take you up to the high country of Colorado where I find these and tell you a little bit more about them. So here we are at 11,500 feet in the high country of Colorado. This is somewhere near Aspen. I'm not going to tell you exactly where. A mushroom hunter will never give away his spot. As you can see, the joy of my friends there. It's a beautiful spot. That is an avalanche shoot right there you're looking at. So porcinis, also known as ceps or penny buns or Boletus edulis as the scientific name, will start in late July and will go all the way through to early September. So really August is the month that you're going to be finding these. That, what you just saw, was an Amanita muscaria. Only eat those if you want to fly. So a few facts about porcinis, right? These things aid in weight loss. They reduce inflammation. A new study finds they kill colon cancer cells. They're super high in antioxidants. They promote digestive health, and they're a great source of protein. So the first thing we want to do here is just to clean these up. And as you can see, when I harvested it, I cut very close to the bottom, and then I scraped down the edges with a knife where there's generally a lot of dirt. So now what I'm going to do is take a damp paper towel and just kind of clean these in this way all around. You don't want to wash these. These mushrooms don't have gills. They have like these hundreds of thousands of little tubes or pores underneath. So they're very spongy and they can absorb liquid very easily, so you'd want to clean them with a towel and not wash them with water. So as these are so perfect and small, I think the best thing to do with porcinis of this size is to go straight in half. So there you can see that these are the pores I'm talking about. It might be hard to see on the camera. This side's a little better. They're like these hundreds of thousands of little tiny tubes. Incredible. When these get older, you might want to scrape away these little pores, but at this stage, they're totally fine to eat. And even when they're older, if you scrape them away and dry them and use them as like a powdered bouillon, it's amazing. So I'm gonna leave these right in half just because I love the way they look. So as you can see, the downside with porcinis is they're not just loved by humans, they're also loved by larvae. So sometimes you actually need to remove the stem unless you want to eat worms. A lot of people call it extra protein, but I'd rather cut it away. You know how much a 2 or 3 Michelin star restaurant would pay for porcinis like this? I don't know, but it's a freaking crazy amount, I can tell you that much. So before we start cooking, we're just going to do a little prep and smash up some garlic. Remove from the peels. That's much easier to do after you crush it with the peels on. One of the best ways to peel garlic. See, that's in real time, right? It took no time at all. And then the only thing you really need to do to the garlic after that is just to take off that little hard top. And that's it. So I'm gonna drop just a very small amount of oil right onto my cutting board. Just let that sit in for a second. Little kosher salt down right on the board. Some very finely ground black pepper. And what I'm going to do with these mushrooms is just to sort of dip them in to this oil. And just move them in a little circle easily. You can see how well that coats the mushroom. And also that salt is sort of grinding down the flesh of these mushrooms a bit, which should make for a better texture when we cook them. Gently on the other side. So those are nicely seasoned now. This pan's been on the heat for about 4 minutes, high heat. I'm gonna add a few tablespoons of oil. I'm using canola oil for the high flash point, but you could use whatever high flash point neutral oil you have. You could use grapeseed, canola, avocado, something like that. So you can see now that the oil is starting to ripple. It's smoking a little bit. All right, I don't want to hold my hand there too long. Now we're ready to cook. So flesh side down, right in the middle. The smells and aromas that are coming out of these mushrooms already is incredible. It really smells like meat to me, and I'm getting that, like, I'm getting real hungry just smelling these. So porcinis have this really nutty, earthy aroma to them and flavor. So after we flip these, we're gonna reduce that heat, add our garlic, our herbs, our butter, brown that butter a little bit and start basting them. The brown butter is gonna bring out more of those nutty aromas, and it's just gonna help to exaggerate the already beautiful flavor of the porcini. By the way, these palette knives are beautiful for little things like this. These are not just for pastry. Get one of these, man, they're awesome. We're gonna flip these now. This beautiful color. See how they brown? I mean, that's even just like a piece of meat, right? How good does that look? So those have been cooking for about 2 minutes on the back side now. We're gonna turn the heat all the way down. Now first things first, roll your pan back. So we pulled our oil right there. Add your smashed garlic. We wanna add the garlic first. Let that release its flavor a little bit. Add just a little bit of thyme. Get some floral notes. Just gonna lift it a little bit. Now finally our butter. Gonna roll our pan back, intensify the heat on that butter. Now it's gonna start to brown. Tilt back again. I think you can see that on camera. Now we have some brown butter, right? So now just start basting them. Careful when you do this. One of those dangerous things we do in kitchens. Basting is certainly one of them. So our butter is foaming and browning, and that's what we want, but we do not want to burn it. So I've just put these onto a paper towel to get some of that excess fat away and let them cool a bit. Let's plate up these beauties. Oh my God. Just putting a little finishing salt on here. Just to get those little salt crystals, that little bite is always welcome. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, porcini mushrooms. You know, if you need a reason to like the month of August, I think porcini should be it. When I was 16, 17 years old, I went out looking for mushrooms with a friend, and I have never stopped doing it since. I've done it here, I've done it in California, I've done it in England, I've done it all around Europe. It's amazing. Something about finding your own food. You know, I've taken people out mushroom hunting who have never done something like that in their life, and every single person, I kid you not, they light up with excitement when they find that first mushroom because it is encoded in our DNA to get out and get our own food. So I'm just gonna eat this with my fingers. There's a lot of things you can do with porcinis, but cooking them like this, much in the same way I cook my steak, you know, if you haven't seen my steak video, I'll put a link to that right now. The earthy, nutty flavor of these porcinis, exaggerated by that brown butter, enhanced by the garlic, by the thyme, a little bit of that crunchy finishing salt on top. My God, if you ever get the chance to eat fresh porcini, you do it. You have to try these before you die. I'm having another. I'm not even joking with what I'm about to say. This is just as good, if not better, than the best ribeye you've ever had. I'm not even joking. Well, my friend, if you got some value from this video, please leave me a big thumbs up. Comments are super helpful for my channel. And don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you next time.